Hi, everybody. Hope everybody had wonderful holidays and that the weather is treating you fairly kindly. Weather's been not too bad here in Canada, for Canada. It's only just been the past couple of days that we've had any snow at all. So it's kind of a strange Christmas this year for my family since we were missing my father very, very much. And after Christmas, I kind of lost my mind for rainbow high dolls. I'd seen them in stores, and I know they're very reasonably priced in the United States, but in Canada they're about $40 retail on average, and but they're going to stop making this particular kind. These very lovely little dolls, really well articulated. So I was kind of went into a rainbow high doll frenzy, which I've got plans for them for that I'll deal with. That'll be a whole other thing. But in the midst of accumulating rainbow high dolls rather insanely, I did not forget about art dolls, my first and truest love. And I saw that Marie Charrois was going over her box of unfinished work and thinking maybe she would finish some of them. And she was putting them up and thinking of doing stuff to them and whether to finish them, whether to get rid of them, I guess. As you do when you're an artist, every now and then you got to kind of decide whether a project's worth finishing or, you know. Anyhow, she put one of the dolls she put up was an absolutely just the little doll that just, and I love all of her work. I think cloth dolls, I don't have a whole lot of cloth dolls, but every now and then I'll see a cloth doll that will just blow my mind. And this doll did, or blow my mind, that's putting it too strongly. That just kind of charms my heart, just steals my heart with a wonderful playfulness, a wonderful thing that cloth dolls have that's all their own. There are other kinds of dolls, and they all have their special magic, each different kind of doll. And cloth dolls, there's just something so... They're not the best representations of human beings from a realistic point of view, and yet there's something so very human about them. I guess because they're so very clearly made by hand. And so there's this, they have an intimacy that other dolls just don't have to the same degree. I think Rachel, our beloved queen, Rachel Hoffman, loves Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls, and I even as a child, I never really cared for them, but I do understand. I do understand the incredible appeal that they have. They're a kind of there's probably not too many of us who didn't attempt some sort of a cloth doll when we were children. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Their charm is quite ineffable. But anyhow, one of these dolls, Marie put it up, and I didn't want her to do anything to it at all because I thought she was so incredibly charming. So I'm not entirely sure what she did to it exactly, but in the midst of Rainbow High, I just had to stop, and even though I'd already spent way more money than I should have, but things choose their own times, don't they? And this is very well packaged, extremely light. Oh, shipping. Well, we don't even want to talk about that. I can't believe what shipping is these days. And why is it that private people are punished the way they are, and like Amazon can ship things? Anyhow, we will not mar this magical moment with any of that nonsense. So, oh my goodness, Marie, I wondered if you would include the painting. I thought perhaps you were making the paintings as a keepsake for yourself, but I'm so glad that there is a copy, or the painting itself perhaps. I have long followed this artist and wanted a piece of her work. And this one, and there's been many that I've considered, but this one I didn't consider. This one just said, I am coming to you. So I was mightily relieved when I was able to have her. Okay, ready, Dina? So Marie made a little painting of her girl. Oh, and I do believe that's the original. Oh, isn't that lovely? I'll frame that, Marie, and put her in make a little room for this lovely girl. So Marie didn't name her. Oh, look, she comes in a beautiful little bag. She left it for me to name her, and I have been thinking of her as Dottie. So we shall see. Marie says let her know if that remains her name, and perhaps she will choose a different name. I don't know, but for now, let me introduce you to the very, very charming Dottie. Well, she can live in one of the doll houses, I think. So her face is paper clay. So she's not characteristic really of Marie's work. Marie makes mostly very, very ingenious cloth dolls, but oh my goodness, she is just delightful. So petite. She says she's okay with Dottie for now. Are you sure? Well, for now. We'll see what happens. Let's see what's what. Look at her tiny little shoes. Marie Charrois. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that right, as I very likely am not. Oh, so... I think one of the things I really, really love about her is in my own work, I overwork everything. I just can't help myself. And as an ironic consequence, I have a great admiration for simplicity and for knowing when that's been achieved, when something is just perfect, that just to leave it alone, that is enough. And Dottie here shall perhaps be my angel of simplicity. So I do want to talk about the Rainbow High dolls, but that'll be rather a longer video because it's kind of a I do believe that even manufactured dolls are works of art, but they're a more interesting kind of conversation to have, a longer, maybe not a more interesting conversation, because is there anything more interesting than art dolls? I ask you. I think not. No, I don't. Hi. Hello. That is made by Deville Ruskiany. Deville. Anyway, we have to go, and much conversation coming, more in depth. Thank you so much, Marie Charrois. I love her. I really do love her, and I think Dottie, she is for now. Goodbye.